Hello, it is now August. I filmed these videos in April and May. I wasn't sure which was going to be the last one, but this one is the last one. So I hope you have enjoyed this succulent series and found it to be helpful. I'm going to be taking a few weeks off from filming, updating old blog posts and that sort of thing. So I will see you again in September, although we are doing shorts every week, so keep your eye open for those. But coming up soon will be satin pothos repotting, satin pothos pruning and propagating a snake plant from a leaf, Monstera minima repotting and training. We're going to do some fall front porch decor and a couple of my sorrel cactus, the big cactus, the symbol of the Southwest. Although mine aren't that big, they got moved, so I'm going to show you that. And then we have a whole bunch of stuff coming up after that, so stay tuned. Okay, on to the indoor succulent garden. Hi, it's Nell, and continuing on with this succulent series, this is how to make an indoor succulent garden. So stick around for that. So as usual, there is a blog post to go along with this video. It'll be in the first two lines of the description box down below. We're also on my website, JoyUsGarden.com, with more information in it and also links to some of the materials used here. So it's really the same as planting other succulents. I've done repotting succulents, shallow containers, small pots. But when I think of the term succulent garden, I think of more than one plant. So you're planting multiple plants in one pot, and that to me is a garden. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. So this one I'm actually going to do. I just did this one. If you're curious how I did this little beauty here, you can go to planting succulents in shallow containers. Like with other succulent plantings I've done, I like to use the smaller pots. It's just easier to get them in here. Now I don't know if I'm going to get all these plants in here or not. It actually remains to be seen. But I just have them because I went a little crazy with the succulent buying because we have so many places to buy succulents here in Tucson that I was like, yay. So now I've got more succulents than I want. But this one here, this sedum, is a little overgrown. I mean, I could use it in the pruning video too, but I kind of like it as a succulent tree in the middle here, so that is what I'm going with. I actually got it for the pruning video, but I'm going to use it as the center one. I don't want it too far in. I think I'm going to get one in the front first. This one here. Oops. My strings are coming apart here. So do that one in the front. I kind of like to angle them a little bit. I think I'll put the Haworthia in here too, because you can't go wrong with a Haworthia as a houseplant. I mean, they're just like so good. And this is how I get them out of the pots. I just squeeze. I squeeze them easily. Oops. This one has a fair root, system to it, but it's all falling apart. But that's okay because this isn't his potting soil, and I want to get a lot of the potting soil off anyway. So I think I'll put this one. Am I going to get all of these in here? Maybe I'll put this one here. I definitely want to get the baby burrito in here, or the burrito, the baby donkey tail. And this one has, it differs a little bit, from the donkey's tail in that the leaves are a little bit closer together and smaller, but I just think they're so cute. And I picked this one up in EcoGrow, not EcoGrow. I got some of these at EcoGrow in Tucson. I got this one at Green Things, just in case you were wondering. Oops. That's the other thing too, is you don't know what's gonna happen, and the leaves will fall off on these. It's just how it goes. It has some rock in here. Oh, this one has a, I don't know if I want to plant this one in here because of the root system. I might hold off on, this one has a pretty hardy root system, so I might plant it in a pot. This aloe here, I might plant it in a pot by itself. Oh yes, and I think I forgot to mention, this is my DIY succulent and cactus mix. It's not my recipe. I've done a whole blog post about it. It'll be in the blog post in case you're interested. And I am also doing a video and a post that is dedicated to succulent soil, which should be out actually by the time this gets done. Have to keep the schedule straight because there's like 14 or 15 videos. So I'm just going through same, and I'm sort of filling around, and I want to sort of tilt this back a bit, maybe lean it a little bit more towards the Haworthia because that one's smaller. And the baby burrito and the ivory towers here will really fill in and start to grow. So I usually do my succulent gardens a little bit on the thicker side, the fuller side, but this one I'm definitely going to top dress. So that's how you do that. And I just let them, you know, settle in for a few days before I even water them at all. Let me see how it looks on this side. Why don't you go back a little bit? And then I water them. I see if any more mix needs to be added on the top because they will sink down a little bit. And then I'll add that, and then I will put a fine layer of compost over that. And I like this tree action going on here. And then this one, because it has more soil mass, I will probably top dress it, which I'm going to show you in this garden right here, how I'm going to top dress that. And I just wanted to show you this groovy planter here. It's Carter Hilton, part of his line at Target, and I just wanted to show you because it would be great for a succulent garden. I'm actually going to do a cactus series too, so this will be part of the cactus planting series because I think they'll look so groovy in this black pot. But these kind of pots are great too because it has a tray under it, so that's just so handy. And these qualify as succulents, but more fall under the cacti realm because they have spines. But I just wanted to show you the top dressing here, and I have some pyrite here. I was going to put some rose quartz on Brielle's too because I had some chunks of rose quartz, but I can't find it. I moved, and there's some things I just can't find. I haven't unpacked everything in my garage yet, so that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes when you move. So I planted this, what did I plant this, about 3 or 4 weeks ago? Yeah. I'm talking to Brielle, by the way, who's behind the camera. I planted this about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It has settled in. I've watered it twice. And now I'm just going to put a little more mix on it. Just a little bit. And in some spots where it had sunk down in, and get that in there. That's good. And I'm going to get the compost. This is a mixture of compost and worm compost that I buy at our farmer's market here in Tucson. And I'm just going to put a little fine layer on the top, which is just going to help to nourish these plants. They're doing fine, but Just give them a little good, you know, boost in life. Succulents don't need all that much of anything in terms of feeding, but I like a little compost and worm compost because that is a natural way to do it. Okay, I've got enough on there. It doesn't take too much, you know. Easy does it. A little bit more around the jade. This jade here is called, the variety is Money Maker, so that's a good one for Brielle to have. And let's get this. Okay, so now I'm going to start on the top dressing, and this is, I'm gonna close the eyes and blow. And this is strictly ornamental. You have to be careful when you water with a layer of it on because they're not going to dry out quite as fast either, but these are really fine. And she says she has some tile this color in her house, so it'll go well, but this comes in all different colors, sizes, glass, shapes. You can really get almost anything. There's colored sand too, if you want to just have sand on the top. It just is a nice, you know, decorative, you know, thing, especially with a garden. So I'm gonna do it to this one here. I will probably do a glass chip. I'll show you some glass chips, and you can find them on Etsy, Amazon, have craft stores, have them, nurseries. I got this at Green Things here in Tucson. So just going to finish this up, and I'll show you the end result. So here it is. It's all top dressed here. It just gives a nice look. Again, I wouldn't water it as much as I would if it didn't have the rock on, because there is a layer. So maybe once every 3 to 4 weeks here in Tucson. And with this, with the rock and the succulents sort of mounded on here, I would water it the first few times with this kind of a thing, because it's going to be gentler. If you come at it with a big watering can, it could go woo, or, you know, a smaller watering can with a narrow spout. That kind of thing is like easy to water in between too, and you get all the spots. This is in the watering blog post. I will also put a link to it in this blog post too. And here are some examples of some of the top dressing things I have. Some of them are a little bit more natural, you know, some of them are crazy. I'm probably gonna do mine in the green glass because I like this green and amber glass. I think that'll be pretty on that one. So I'll link some of them in the blog post for you, or something, you know, similar, because they're really fun to embellish your succulent garden with, or something like a piece of pyrite or the rose quartz that I can't find. I hope you have found this video about making an indoor succulent garden to be helpful. There will be more details in the blog post for you. I have a lot more videos coming in this, you know, succulent series, so stay tuned for those. As always, I thank you for your likes and your subscribes. I really appreciate them. Now let's get into our indoor succulent gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. These are already going to make my home an even more beautiful place. I thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next succulent video. Bye!